Hello friends, welcome back. It's time for another episode of BigDenoPlays Earthborne Rangers. Who's excited? I am excited. Although we do need to point out that I made a fairly egregious mistake in the last episode. Yes, I went all the way up to the oasis of sunlight and I rescued a little guy, which was great. But unfortunately I was also supposed to have Ranger Lun arrive at that place. So that's a mistake from me. We're going to, unfortunately have to just ignore that for the moment and go back to the oasis of the desert. So I'll show you, the oasis of sunlight. Here we are. This is where we are now, right now. We're in the Scuttler network. And when I was at the Oasis of Sunlight, you can see here it says, if you haven't received or completed the Breathe Easier mission, go to 109.1. We haven't received that mission. So yes, there it is. Completely missed that, just got too busy excitedly investigating there. So that's okay, it's a complicated game. We're here to have fun. We'll just travel back there and find him that way. So we're going to set up. So 1, Eagle Eye is a great start. Expedition Logbook 2, Gus the Mole. Shape the Earth, Sky Whip, Touch of the Verdessa. I'm not changing a thing. I love all my cards. I don't want to mulligan any of them. It's so great. So we find ourselves at the Scuttler network. We've travelled there via the whatever place that is. This is the cards I left out for next time. I'll just move those out of the way so you can't see them. So we've travelled there via the cave system, which is this deck. We're going to grab a random underground moment. And we're going to grab 3 cards from the Arcology deck, because we're not going to be here for very long, so I'm not too worried. The weather that we have for this little period is glitter rain, which is nice. We are trying to make our way down. We're trying to make our way down into Stratum 2 and find a thing called the Cage. It's not on this page, so we're going to need to keep going down, it looks like. Maybe down via the terminal artery. That one's locked. Overgrown passage. Anyway, we'll figure out our way. We'll find our way moving forward. Excellent. We've also got the expedition's path once we've determined the fate of each member of the expedition. And we have some stuff to read for that. Let's grab the location that we're at. It is not the chimney, it is the Scuttler network. We're going to search the path deck for the next predator. Not vengeful stalactites or them. That's a prey. That's a thing. There it is, a juvenile spindle scuttler. It's disconnected, it comes into play within reach. At the start of our turn, 113, we'll draw another one. It's another juvenile spindle scuttler. Don't enjoy those guys, but we might just sky whip them out of there. Excellent. All right, let's do the following. It's our turn. We're ready to go. All we want to do is travel back to the Oasis of Sunlight and find Lun so we can get some rebreathers and start going downstairs. We're going to play Gus the Mole. He costs us 2 fitness to play. Little Gussie. And we look at the top card of the path deck. Add progress equal to its presence to another path card in play that shares the same type. Doop. So it's a feature. That's not a path card though. The Elevated Passage. Interesting. I guess we'll just do a Sky Whip. And we'll discard Shape the Earth. So the Sky Whip, we're going to spend 4. We're going to try and put 4 harm on this Spindle Scuttler. Spindle Scuttler. So we only do 3 harm. That's a shame. Add 1 runoff to this card. Each ranger suffers 1 fatigue. So we suffer a fatigue. Add 2 to the active feature with the highest presence. There isn't a feature. And there isn't a feature. We'll exhaust our roll and we'll bring Sky Whip back into hand. I guess we'll try and connect with this other spindle scuttler. Hey, we get two. Two on him. Oh, he's disconnected, so we can't do that. We need some light, unfortunately. That's okay. We will end our turn there. We know that the elevated passage is what's coming next. I don't know why I did that. I do this. Ah, Seal Sketchbook, yes. And oh look, it's an elevated passage. So we can clear that with progress to escape. We don't need to. This guy's actually really great. Gus the Mole, you legend. These come back, this comes back. All right, we'll play Seal Sketchbook for 1. We get 2 there. We will do another Sky Whip for 2 on this guy. Hey, look, we get a glint. So we're going to add that. We're going to add a glint. Actually, that costs us a glint. Scratch that. Pretend I didn't do that just yet. We got 0 glints because it's a manifestation. Okay, so what we might do then is we will do the awareness check with Seal Sketchbook to try and draw that guy. We get 2, that's a success. We get a glint. So we're back up to 1 glint. Let's use Gus the Mole again. Exhaust him. Yes, that's such a great outcome. Spindle Scuttler Matron. So we can put 3 progress right here and clear that guy. All right, let's use our sketchbook for 2 to exhaust that, and let's do a traverse up here. We need 4. All right, we'll spend that sketchbook. Yep. -1. For the remainder of this test, all areas count as illuminated. That only puts 3 there. That's annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Nothing we can do about that. We'll spend that to bring Touch of the Verdessa back into hand. This comes back. 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 All areas are illuminated. If there are active features with 3 or more total presence, there is not. If within reach, it is illuminated, so that's fine. All right. So we'll draw a card. It's a shapeshifter. We'll draw this guy. Oh, look, it's a Spindle Scuttler Matron. We knew that. So let's immediately bring this card back into hand. Shape the Earth. And let's play Shape the Earth to get enough progress to travel. And that's all we need to do. While we're here, we might as well draw Sil's sketchbook. 3, we're going to draw the Matron. Hopefully we don't get a -1. Ah, we do, so we don't succeed. All areas are illuminated, and that's it. We will trundle off. We will travel away exactly where we wanted to be. We're back up the top at the illuminated oasis of sunlight. So we'll be using the same things. We'll keep that, we'll keep that, we'll keep that. These are all the same, except for that, because we've travelled basically back to where we came. What a silly billy we are. And we've arrived at the oasis of sunlight. If you haven't completed or received this thing, go to 109.1. Yes, judging by the cleanliness of the pitons and the marks on the wall, you determine that someone must have climbed down here fairly recently. Search the general set for Lun, Curious Scavenger, and shuffle him into the path deck. 1, 2, 3. There's Lun, Curious Scavenger. So we've travelled far and wide to get here. Oh, we have to randomly shuffle 3 cards from the Woods deck into here as well. This is going to be hard to find, Lun, isn't it? Probably so. On arrival, the lead ranger must draw a path card. Lun. No, we've got some prismatic mushrooms. So that's done. We need to draw a card, shape the earth. We need to get our stuff back. Very good. And then at the start of our turn, we found the Spindle Scuttler Warren. Okay. Okay, this guy's actually along the way. So we've got no glints. That's okay, we've got Eagle Eye. So we're going to spend an Eagle Eye. And we're going to look at the top 3 cards of the Path deck. 1, 2, 3. Cal Ivor's here. Ooh, do we want to speak to Cal? He'll help us soothe some fatigue. No, we need to find Lun. That's our mission. So we're drawing Sunbury Bramble. Lovely. Let's clear some fatigue. Yeah, we're going to spend our 2 plus this to soothe the fatigue. Attempt to soothe the fatigue, I should say. We successfully do. All areas are illuminated. If there is no active prey, exhaust it. No, if there is an active prey, and if there is an active prey, great. So we're placing a harm here. We're gaining this. Ironwool boots. I'm going to play my Ironwool boots right now. And we're going to use Gus to have a look at the top card. Oh, it's a moment. We can't do anything. That's a good moment though. That's a good moment for us to get. Happy with that. We'll remember who we are. It's a ranger test. We fail. There's a crest. There's nothing happening with the crest. Let's use Gus the Mole's little check. No, that's just soothing fatigue. We can't sketch. It's all awareness. So yeah, we'll just go into the next turn. We'll gain touch of the Verdessa again. Oh, sorry, I'll bring that back into hand using that. So we'll re-exhaust, unexhaust, unexhaust, draw a card. It is Aid of the Ancestors. Your mind drifts and you become aware of a warm sensation in your heart. It's as though you can feel the collective energy of your ancestors, and you gain an appreciation for all that went into bringing you to this place at this exact moment. Walk fearlessly. Move your ranger token to a feature in play. Done. Guess what? That clears that feature in play. So we've cleared that. Get out of here. Good. We need to do more tests. So let's do a test to remember. We succeed. We get a glint. We draw 2 cards. An Ironwool cap and Seen Through Cycles. Seen Through Cycles is what we were desperate for, friends. Absolutely desperate for. We suffer a fatigue from the Glitter Rain. Sure wish we had Cal Ivor down here, but that's okay. We'll be able to shuffle a being in play. Let's spend 2 awareness to add the Shapeshifter to the board. It's friendly, it's persistent. Shuffle a being attached to this biomeld. If that being was a predator, oh, this is so great. This is so great. This little shapeshifter guy. I mean, at this point, we'll try and pluck the brambles. Oh, we succeed, and we get a glint, and we soothe the fatigue. It's just a glorious turn of events. And because we've put 2 harm on that, we clear the Sunbury Bramble. And we will now attempt to traverse the location. Traverse check. It's another glint. How good is this? 3 glints at this point is magical. And we put 2 focus on there. I haven't used that, so I'm actually going to put Touch of the Verdessa down and then bring it back, which means we have cleared the location as well. Alright, so now all we need is for a being to come out of this deck and we can use our thing. So we'll rest. We'll bring out more prismatic mushrooms. Okay. So I don't have a this guy can't do anything. Suggest a new form from a path discount. So we can't do anything with that at the moment. This is look at the top card of the path deck. So we'll do that. Actually, we should have done that last turn. Excellent. That's all we need. We need a Spindle Scuttler. Excellent. I'm actually just going to rest again, I suppose. No, we'll try and draw. There's nothing to draw. We'll rest. This guy comes out. We draw a card. We'll play Scene Through Cycles. We'll spend 2 yellow. We'll exhaust this guy to bring Scene Through Cycles back into our hand. This guy is... Choose a being in play, shuffle it into the path deck, search the path deck and discard for a being and put it into play. Olan. Olan. We've found him. So he comes in along the way. Lun, 159. I've got so many good tools in this deck to be able to do things that I need to do. It's the best. Lun! We're at the Oasis of Sunlight. Not far from where you discovered the pitons, you come across a man wearing an oversized ranger's cloak, closely inspecting an exposed section of archaeology ruins. Beside him sits a backpack bursting with supplies from every pouch and pocket. Oh, Lun yells, startled. I didn't expect to run into anyone else out here out and about. What with everyone congregating at the chimney and all. What a pleasant surprise. He beckons you closer. I know what you're thinking. Who's watching over the northern outpost if I'm down here in this hole? Well, don't you worry about it, he says with a wave of his hand. I've been stationed in that dark old forest for years. It practically takes care of itself. Besides, I wasn't about to sit around while everyone else was off exploring the archaeology. Imagine all the STM gadgets found sitting in the dark collecting dust. Lun gestures to his overstuffed pack. You never know what you'll need out in this wilderness, let alone in the strange subterranean maze. Well, just a few days in, a little deeper, I found a completely flooded passage. Couldn't get through, no way, no how. But then I remembered the devices I got from Ren Kobo a few years ago. Devices that let you breathe underwater. Imagine that. I ran back to the outpost and dug them out of storage. Got them right here, somewhere. So we need to clear Lun with progress. How are we going to clear him with progress when we've got no connecting spirit stuff? That's okay, we'll figure out a way. We'll rest. We'll draw a card. Light as a feather. And we get more prismatic mushrooms. There's so many prismatic mushrooms down here right now. It's mushroom central. Okay, I don't have a heart that I can add to buff my check, which is a shame. Let's try using Gus the Mole. There is a being. It's got 1 presence. Add progress equal to its presence to another path card in play that shares its type. So we get to add 1 progress to Ranger Lun. And now we need to try and connect with Ranger Lun. We have no hearts, so we can only flip a +1 here to succeed. We flip a -1. All areas are illuminated. He goes to 2 progress. And I genuinely think that's all we can do. So there's no active prey. Great. Gus comes back. This comes back. This comes out. It's a timid Talpid. We'll try connecting again. Oh, we draw a card. Oh, the Sparrowhawk. How good is this? We'll try again. Yeah, so we're connecting twice. this would get eaten, this would get eaten, but we've connected with Lun, and that is all we need to do, and then we're travelling away. We'll play Riri the Sparrowhawk as well. This is the menagerie. The menagerie's on show. All right, we've cleared him with progress, and so we are at the Oasis of Sunlight. You ask Lund about the devices that allow you to breathe underwater, and the eccentric ranger lights up. One of the most interesting devices I've ever seen. Estian, no less, he says, producing a small case of brown lacquered wood from his pack. Inside it, in several intricately crafted collars. I went to the Golden Shore to give them a try. Ren Kobo warned me that they were running low on juice, and he wasn't wrong. After about a minute of breathing, easy as can be, the thing stopped working. I had to swim for my life. You know me, I love to tinker, but I couldn't get it to work with our power cells. I thought maybe I'd find something down here that could help. It runs on the quantumly entangled photons contained in these little glass cubes the Estians were fond of. Let's call them quantum cubes for short. I found some in the rubble, but they're all dead and broken. You know what? I think you should take them with you. Usually, I'd want something in trade, but the universe conspired for us to cross paths here in this isolated sinkhole, and I have a feeling this is the reason. You're sure to find some of those cubes on your journey. Just keep your eyes open for piles of rubble. Once you do, just insert the cube into this here socket and it should power right up. Gain the Breathe Easier mission. Here's one I prepared earlier. You're attempting to power up an old Estian rebreather gifted to you by Lun. You must search through any rubble you come across to find a functional quantum cube and then plug it into the device. Path deck assembly. If the location is in the arcology, search the general set for 4 shifting rubble and shuffle them into the path deck. After you clear a shifting rubble, draw a challenge card and resolve it. So I need to have 2 plus ranger quantity more quantum cubes on this mission. Easy. Easy. So I've currently got 4 missions on the go. I've got my Stave of the Sun, I've got my sketchbook. We're going to travel, we're going to draw a card. Oh, paths we've roamed before. This is all happening. And this is all disappearing. So we don't have that. We don't have Cal. I'll miss you, Cal. We don't have Sunbury Brambles. Great. So now we're going to shuffle these together. So we're going to travel back down to the Scuttler network. We've been bouncing back and forth, but there's a flooded passage in the Scuttler network. So hopefully we can just find our way through. 1, 2, 3. And we now have to add to the general set, from the general set, some rubble. So we had one of those before. Shifting rubble. There it is. We need 3 more. 1, 2, 3. So we've got 4 shifting rubble. So we need to look through this rubble and find our quantum cubes, which we need to have 3. 3 quantum cubes before we can continue our journey. We're all replenished here. We've got the sketchbook. It might be time to bring the iron wool cap in play instead of the sketchbook, but maybe we'll use that. Lun's cleared. Thank you for your service to our great nation, Lun. And we are travelling away from here back to the Scuttler network. And here it is. We'll go read 113 this time because I think it's going to tell us to add the flooded passage. If you have not acquired a rebreather, there we go. So we will add the flooded passage. Good. With an equipped rebreather. All right. Well, so looking for a predator. That's a prey. That's a stalactite. That's a predator. Great. So we've done that. Oh, we might put a one of these in. A moment on the path. We flip that, and we're drawing a card to start our turn. Here we go. Flow steel controls. Okay, let's read 146. We had them early on. I didn't really understand what was happening, but here we go. Perhaps you can figure out how to work it, and maybe it will give you some control over nearby arcology systems. It's definitely flow steel. Cool. Manipulate the liquid metal to add progress to a feature equal to your effort. Excellent. All right, I'm going to exhaust the sketchbook and exhaust the spindle scuttler. I'm going to play the iron wool cap. We could just sky whip that guy, but no. Let's use Riri the Sparrowhawk to survey the way ahead, to scout path cards equal to our effort. We're going to use that. 1, 2, 3. So it's a total of 3. If within reach is not illuminated, for the remainder of the round, all tests are illuminated. Discard 1 token from a machine or tech to add 1 to a machine or tech. There's no machine or tech over here, so this is... So it basically just gets discarded. Okay, so Riri has allowed us to survey the path ahead with an effort of 3. We're going to put that shifting rubble on the top, and it's going to appear down here. And let's read the Breathe Easier mission once again. It says, after you clear a shifting rubble, draw a challenge card and resolve the effect equal to its challenge icon. Excellent. All right. So we need to clear that with progress. While this feature is attached to this card. If this feature isn't attached, it collapses. Yeah, this is fine. We'll just get it to smack that spindle scuttler. That seems fine. Do I have any flora? I do not. I do have a Shape the Earth. So let's use Shape the Earth, spending a glint and spending a use of our iron wool cap to allow us to cast it for 1. To add 1, 2, 3, 4 progress. And we'll redeploy it here on the shifting rubble. We'll exhaust to bring that back into hand. And then we'll attempt a traverse check on that shifting rubble, which succeeds. No red effect because that's exhausted. So we've cleared this shifting rubble, and when we clear it, we flip a card and we see what it does. It's a sunlight, so it adds 2 quantum cubes to the mission. 1 to go. 1 to go. Excellent. We'll rest. We've got so many answers in this deck. It's so good. Oh, Throng of Life as well. Oh, I love being a magician. I love being a shaper. Bzz, bzz, bzz. This guy comes out. What do we got? Be another shifting rubble. No, prismatic mushrooms. That's fine. So what we want to do here is search again and see if we can find more. So we'll do another survey check. We'll bring Light as a Feather back into hand. We'll survey for 3. Only 2. Everything's illuminated. There's no other tech. If there is an active prey, there is not. That's a predator. So we will draw this. Two, sorry. 1, 2. Both of these are going underneath. And hopefully it's a rubble. It's a rubble! Oh man, I'm good at this game. I tell you what. And now, ooh, okay, so there is flora. So we probably do use Touch of the Verdessa now. So we're going to use Touch of the Verdessa for 1 fitness and a glint. And we will place a harm onto this prismatic mushroom to put 4 on this being. Actually, if we do this, it does mean this isn't going to attach. I'm not going to be able to clear that this turn. Or am I? Or am I? No, this is a good plan. I'm going to do this. Yep, we're going to do this. Touch of the Verdessa adds 4 harm or 4 progress. We're going to add 4 harm. Now, we're going to be able to suggest a new form for this guy. So that's worthwhile. So let's have a look at the top thing on the deck. It's a prey, a being, so we're going to add 1 progress to there is no other being in play, so that's fine. We'll attempt to traverse using light as a feather on the shifting rubble. We get a sunlight, so unfortunately that fatigues us. And you may exhaust a ranger card to soothe the fatigue. I'll exhaust these iron wool boots. And we've found our Lambance rig. That's nice. And we are going to do 1, 2, 3 progress onto this. Okay. So we rest. 1, 2, 3. We get a card. It's quiet. Oh my god. We know that this is a timid talpid. It comes down here. This refreshes. This refreshes. This refreshes. So let's do this without needing to spend anything. We'll exhaust our iron wool cap to play this for 1. We add 1 progress to each feature and location. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 3 for there, and we'll put 2 onto the location. 1, 2. The shifting rubble has been cleared, and now we just need to flip not the crest. Oh, Deno. We do get a glint, so that was fine. But we ready all beings. That's unfortunate. Alright, we're going to suggest that our shapeshifter turn into this little guy, this juvenile spindle scuttler. And then he's exhausted. If there is not a being attached to this biomeld, it gains, exhaust. Shuffle a being into the path deck. If it was a predator, add 3 to another being. If it was a prey, add 4 to another being. If it was neither, exhaust another being. How good is that? Alright, bit unfortunate. We didn't get the last one that we needed. That doesn't trigger anything. We don't need to soothe. We could connect with that little talbot, I suppose. Let's try a connect test. We add 2 progress. We fatigue 1, and we're now going to flip that card. If this being is illuminated, it burrows away. It is going to illuminate. So what does it say? Shuffle it into the path deck. What a cool guy. We can exhaust a ranger card to gain a fatigue. We will. We'll exhaust our iron wool boots again. Juvenile spindle scuttler. And the fatigue soothes. We've got Throng of Life. We can't play quiet. We're going to have 4 animals in play. I love this deck. I love this deck. Alright, we'll pass. We're going to bring all our stuff back. We're going to draw a card. Be another rubble. No, it's that little guy. We draw a card. Paths we've roamed before. I bring that back into hand by exhausting. Come to here. This comes back. This comes back. Alright, we've got to scout the path deck again. So we'll spend 3 awareness to scout the path deck. We only get 2. Neither of those are rubble. Come on, rubble. No. Vengeful stalactites. An obstacle. Alright, it's getting problematic here. If this feature is illuminated, it loses obstacle. That's good. Can't survey any further. Don't have an eagle eye. Let's play paths we've roamed before. We'll pay... Oh, we can't because that's an awareness as well. Let's bring quiet on. How many animals do you need, Deno? Let's exhaust Gus the Mole. Maybe I'll just use these to say he's exhausted. So exhausted Gus the Mole. What do we got on top? It's a shifting rubble. Okay. So how do I clear that juvenile spindle skull? Actually, I don't think I want to. we're fine. So we'll rest. Draw a card. We've got 1,000,000 cards in our hand. We've got our 4 animal friends in play. And we get the shifting rubble. It comes down here. We've seen this being in the darkness before. It's really hard to clear. So this is our focus. We need to do this. So all we need to do, I think, is play a glint at a cost of 1 to shape the earth. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 features in play. We clear that without even having to draw a card. Don't be a crest. Oh man, another crest. Ready all beings in play. Oh, why can't I find these quantum cubes? Okay, well that's a problem because it means there is only 1 of these in the deck. We've got to go through the whole deck and we've got to try and flip 1 more. Problem. We'll exhaust that to bring this back into hand. What do? We survey path cards. We'll survey 2 cards. Spindle Scuttler Matron, Timid Talpid, those will go on the bottom. Sunlight, move 1 feature or being and discard runoff equal to its presence. We will move the Juvenile Spindle Scuttler up to here. Cool, then we'll do that. Add 2 harm to the active feature with the highest presence. Vengeful Stalactites are the active feature with the highest presence. 1, 2. Still 1 down here. You may exhaust a ranger card to soothe the fatigue. If there is an odd number, there is not. Let's use Gus to have a look at what's on the top. It's Prismatic Mushrooms. Let's use Touch of the Verdessa, I suppose. No, we want to keep our glint for our thing. Paths we've roamed before. No, I guess we try and connect with the Spindle Scuttler. Let's do it. It is illuminated because of this thing along the way. So connect test. Hey, we clear that guy with progress. That fatigues us for 1. He's exhausted. Yep, we'll rest. Running out of deck now. Eagle Eye, there we go, that'll help. Prismatic Mushrooms. Alright, let's play 1 for Eagle Eye. We're playing a moment, so we soothe the fatigue. Another shapeshifter. 3 path cards. 1, yes. 2, 3. Those we'll put the frog on top actually. Alright, this is the one. I feel it. I feel it in me waters. We'll exhaust that and we'll exhaust that to shape the earth, clear it straight away. Don't be a crest. No! Oh, I'm pausing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I mean, at this point, Vengeful Stalling Heights is going to clear itself because of the harm. There's no other effects. At this point, I really should just try and leave and start again. But I don't have a lot of time left. I don't have a lot of fatigue left. And I now have no glints. So, yeah, it's not an ideal situation to be in, really. Well, let's try and connect with this shadow in the darkness. Spending 2. And we roll a -1, but it's a crest, so there's nothing happening there. So we're adding 1 progress to him. And then we will, don't really want to fatigue really, but we'll play Paths We've Roamed Before. So that is going to allow us to choose up to 4 moments in our hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. All moments. They go onto the top of our fatigue stack. Because we played a moment, we're going to take that back. Gus is going to look at the top. Oh, it's a fractal frog. How do we get around this, Deno? How do we get around this? Shuffle a being attached to this biomel to add 3 harm to another being. There is no harm we can do to that being. If it was a prey, add 4 progress. No, we'll rest. I just think the only way we can get through this now, little frogs. Yeah, we have to try and get up there. Okay, so we're going to use an awareness to avoid this. Actually, the easiest way to do it is to try and get rid of him. So we'll avoid this frog. So we fail to avoid the frog, which doesn't harm us. This triggers powered discard a token. If there is an active prey, exhaust it. Equal to its presence. So we're going to add 1 to this. We're going to add 1 harm to this. Actually, we'll do it that way because that clears that. We'll try and avoid it again. Sunlight. Okay, that's good. So move 1 feature or being and discard runoff. So we're going to move him. He's going to say if there's an odd number of progress, we shuffle it into the path deck. Shuffling into the path deck's no good to us, but whatever. Shuffle this being into the path deck. This frog hops away. You may exhaust a ranger card to soothe the fatigue. We'll exhaust the Iron Wool Boots. And now if we were to traverse, which we will. Okay, so we still get the 2 that we require. We can travel, and we also gain the glint back, which is very nice. I'm going to discard my Iron Wool Cap. Do I have another Iron Wool Cap? No. Paths we've roamed before, Throng of Life. Okay, so we've successfully traversed away. We've got all of our animal friends. We're going to go, I guess to Orland's Vault. That's fine. That's a devastating turn of events. If I'm honest with you all, friends, to flip 3 of those crests in a row, pretty annoying. But it is what it is. You can't do anything about it. Can't do anything about it. Flow Steel controls. Flooded Passage is gone. We're going to have this here in Orland's Vault. I haven't got many turns left to try and get this rebreather, but we do have 2 progress on there, so that's a positive situation to be in. We just need to find 1 more. All right, Orland's Vault locked. Shifting Rubble. 3 path cards. 1, 2, 3. We've got plenty of options up our sleeve here. So, got a glint. I think we've got 3 runoff, 2 runoff left. Unexhausted. All right. Lead Ranger, draw a path card. We've found a Veiled Mushroom. It's an obstacle. Great. We have to draw a card. Seal Sketchbook. We'll bring the sketchbook down. Do I have an eagle eye? I do not. But let's scout with a Riri the Sparrowhawk. We're only scouting 1 card. So we're putting that down the bottom. And we're going to find... Come on, Deno. This is your moment, son. This is your moment. We'll traverse. We'll traverse this little thing. 2, 3. We'll exhaust this to bring our light as a feather back in. All right, so I cannot fail this traverse because I'm adding 6, 7 progress. I can fail. I can't afford to risk it, so I'm going to play 8. What do we get? So we succeed to clear this. And if this is a freaking crest, I'm going to cry. Oh my God. Oh, this game, it's punishing me. It is punishing me. Oh, I actually didn't need to do that. All right, well, it is what it is. What can I do? This is an obstacle. I can't traverse it now. I can sneak under the veils to exhaust a flora. Let's draw a picture of it, I guess. We succeed in drawing a picture. We're going to move the veiled mushrooms up to here along the way. That's going to clear that and flip it, so we're now back to glitter rain. We'll draw a card, and we have got very little time left. Oh, Deno. Deno! We will exhaust. We'll bring light as a feather back into hand. We'll discard 2 light as a feather plus this to do a traverse check on the shifting rubble. Yep. So we're going to play our focus, Throng of Life, glint, to use the 0 and clear the shifting rubble. And if this is another crest, I'm packing up the game for the day. We add 1 quantum cube to this mission and then draw a path card. Selenox switchback. We finally added our 3rd one to this quantum cube. Let's go to 1.112. That was ridiculous. 4 in a row. What an absolute pest. All right. Lund was right. You found no shortage of the curious quantum cubes he told you about, but only a precious few still carry a charge. Cautiously, you hold one of the glass cubes over the square recess of the underside of the underwater breathing device, then plug it in place. The light at the center of the cube pulses. The golden lines, moving like poured honey, travel along the surface of the collar until it is covered with a fine, luminous tracery. The glow eventually subsides, leaving behind Estian script painted in burnished gold. You place the collar over your head, and when it makes contact with your shoulders, it projects a shimmering bubble around your mantle, just wide enough to surround your head. Each ranger may suffer 2 fatigue to swap a card in their hand for 1 copy of the Rebreather Award. Now that you have a way to swim to the flooded passage, you'll be able to reach new areas within the arcology. Excellent. So we have acquired a Rebreather, and we gain the Rebreather Award. I sure hope we can use that Rebreather. Surely they would have to make the rebreathers usable by everyone, just in case you're playing solo. There it is, 2 rebreathers, baby. What are we going to replace it with, though? That is a tough call. It's a setup card. Nice. Nice. All right. Cool. Well, we are going to attempt to rest so that we can bring that into our hand. To do that, we need to avoid that card. Feature and feature. No, we can't really do that. So we're going to have to rest for our final turn. Three. We're drawing this into our hand. It's our last one. Oh, we played a moment, so we draw a fatigue. Eagle Eye. This is coming back, and we have found trap mushrooms. Okay. So how are we going to go about adding 3 progress to this? Very simply, we're going to do this. We don't have a glint. No, why don't we have a glint? We're going to exhaust ourselves to bring this back into hand. my Shape the Earth card. That's probably the other one. It is. I need a glint. After the challenge deck is shuffled, add a glint to this conduit. So we're going to survey with her. Exhaust this feature. For the remainder of the round, all areas count as illuminated. There is no active prey. Exhaust this feature, search the path deck for the next being, and put it into play. Mushrooms. A burdened Archelon. Look at that guy. Enters play, search the path deck and discard for the next flora and attach it face up to this predator. I'll just do that. Alright, that's done. If there is an active prey, there's not. There is an active prey, there's not. Alright, let's get rid of this guy. He looks like a menace. I'm going to discard this to add 3 harm to a being, which is going to be this guy. I'm just trying to get a glint, actually, so... we will spend... if you have 1 or more fatigue, the Archeleon snaps at you, suffer. So if I play a moment, we soothe the fatigue. And that guy's not going to bother us. So I guess we'll just play Eagle Eye. Scout 3 path cards and draw 1. Caliva! A Ravenous dude, yep. So these go to the bottom. Caliva comes down. He's going to help us soothe fatigue, but we don't really care about that. 144 for Cal. Have we bested Cal? No. Perhaps you're building a bit too... No, we're not helping you with the next leg of your explorations, Cal. Not at this juncture. Okay, we have to do an awareness check. Let's do a connect. We'll try and connect with Cal. There's the glint we need, baby. The glint. We don't have 1 or more fatigue. If there is an active predator, exhaust it. Add harm to this being equal to that predator's... It's lucky that it's Cal and not like Quizzy, because he can sustain some pretty serious harm. So that's now exhausted. Great. We play Shape the Earth, we put all the progress on Orland's Vault. Spending our glint, we travel, and we're going to end the day travelling to the Scuttler network where we can use our rebreather. And that is it for this episode of BigDenoPlays. That was a crazy one. I love the menagerie. The menagerie is a fantastic experience. My spells that I can cast is so good, but this thing, it is punishing when you don't have enough glints. You just want to use all your cool toys and you can't because you need them. You need the glints. Oh, that's okay. We're now going to have the rebreather. The question is, what am I going to have give up for that? Because I'm not going to be able to get all my cool gear. So the iron wool boots are so good, but maybe we look at other ways. With the mole, we can do stuff. I love the shapeshifter too. He's a legend. All right, I will catch you on the next episode. We will be exploring the downstairs in the terminal arteries where we're going to go next, because we'll be able to use our rebreather to trundle down here. How exciting. I'll catch you all then. Big Channel.